Okay. So I'm sharing my screen again. So where we are right now? So creating field, right? So here always field name would be underscore. Underscore are no spaces in between the field name. Spaces will not allow the field name. Whether you need to keep underscore or without underscore. Entire name like this. Okay. Or you can keep underscore. It will not allow spaces, empty spaces. Okay. So click on this next button. Now we can able to see the for which profiles you need to give the access. So I make this field as mandatory, right? Always this visible is default. You can able to see for all the profiles it is mandatory. At, at field level, if you make a required field as checkbox as true, that field is visible for all the profiles. Here, field level security for a profile, field level security for a profile. This, what is the meaning of this one? So, what is the whether I need to give visible access or read only access to these profiles or not? Okay. Always you cannot make it as read only. Okay. Mandatory fields you cannot make it as a read only. Are you getting? Mandatory fields you cannot make it as read only. Read only in the sense, so only read option you cannot able to edit. If you give visible, you can able to modify and see that particular field. Okay. So by default, you cannot able to control this one. Mandatory fields. Mandatory fields always visible for all the profiles. Then click on next. Then click on next. So you can see here, fourth option, add to page layouts. What does it mean? So here, while creating an object itself, by default, it will create a one page layout. That is student page layout. Okay. Student page layout. So for this layout, whether you want to add it or not. By default, that is a mandatory field. Always field will be added to student layout. Okay. Here add page layouts. If you have more than one page layouts, so those page layouts also you get it will appear here. You can able to choose for which page layout you need to show this field. Okay. When we discuss about page layouts, you may need to know more about how to assign the fields to the respective page layout. Now click on save button. Save, if you click on the save, it will go to object. If you click on save and new, again it will resides on fields and relationships. Okay. I'm giving save and new. So that I can able to create another field. Okay. So we created roll number and then phone. So for phone, by default, you have a data type, phone data type. It will allow enter phone number. Automatically format set as phone number. Based on the phone format, it will allow. Okay. For phone, to enter the phone number, I am taking phone data type. Okay. So mobile number. Okay. So field API name, what it will take by default, if we have space, it will consider as underscore and it will create. Okay. So here, what is help text? I will show it right now. So here I'm giving parent mobile number. Okay. So for this field, I'm not making this as mandatory. Okay. And also you can able to see, right? you are not able to, for phone number, you cannot able to see that unique option. Okay, you may see here. Okay, I am not making this field as mandatory. I am not making this. Okay, just this is an optional. Click on next button, and now see, this field is not mandatory, and you can able to see the option visible read only. For what are the profiles, you need to make this field as visible or making it as read only. So by default, I'm making this as read only. Okay, I'm making this as read only. I'm removing the visibility. I'm making read only. Read only in the sense both it will check. Okay, but I need to give only edit access to this system administrator and platform user profile admin. Okay, for the rest of the profiles, I made it as read only. Read only in the sense they can able to see that field, they cannot able to enter the data. Okay, if I give only visible, that field you can able to enter the data, modify the data. Okay, if both checkboxes are enabled, then that field is visible to the respective profile user, and user cannot able to modify that field. He cannot able to enter the data. Okay, so are you getting the point? Visible read only. If both checkboxes are checked, then that field is read only. Okay, if only visible is checked, then that field is visible and editable, and you can able to enter the data. Okay, now I'm clicking on next button. Then by default it will be added to the student layout. See, for this one, if you want, you can make it. Earlier for mandatory field, this add field is the disabled. If you observe previously, this was disabled. Now it is in your control whether you want to add this field to the student page layout or not. You can able to decide. Okay, why? Because this is a non-mandatory field. I need to add this field also into that layout. I am making this checkbox as true. Okay, now click on save and new. Again, we'll create one more field. Okay, so here I'm going to create a gender. Okay, so gender in the sense whether female or male. Okay, I need to show both of them, right? I need to select. Okay,
pick list
I need to
use
display
అవుతుంది.
two values. ఏమైంది?
అంటే ఇప్పుడు జెండర్ కి మేల్ ఫీమేల్ యూజ్ చేసినప్పుడు పిక్ లిస్ట్ యూజ్ అవుతుంది.
Yes, that is what. So based on user requirement, we need to understand. So they are asking us to create the gender. So gender will have different values. Okay, like male, female, transgender. Okay, so for that, what data type will be suitable within the Salesforce, that you need to identify. Okay, are you getting my point? If the business requirement is create a new field called gender, then immediately you need to ask, okay, what are all the values I need to keep in the gender? Male, female alone, or can I keep transgender also? Okay, for that, which data type is suitable within the Salesforce, that you need to identify. For that one, we need to choose pick list. Okay, so allow users to select a value from a list you define. Whatever the values you define, those will be available in that respective field on the UI. Okay. ఇక్కడ నువ్వు ఏ ఫీల్డ్స్ అయితే ఫీల్డ్ వాల్యూస్ అయితే ఎంటర్ చేస్తుంటావో సేమ్ అయ్యే వాల్యూస్ యుఐ సైడ్ రికార్డ్ క్రియేట్ చేసేటప్పుడు కనిపిస్తాయి మీకు. ఓకే, Click on pick list, click on next, and field label is gender. Gender. So here use global pick list value set. We'll discuss about later about a global pick list value set. Right now we are not discussing. Just click on second option, enter values. Okay. So here I'm giving female, male, transgender. Okay. Okay. So these three pick list values I give. Okay. So then you can able to sort it. Display values alphabetically. Okay. Not in the order enter. Use the first value as the default value. What is, I mean, if you check this checkbox, always values will display in alphabetical order. Okay. And second checkbox, use first value as default value. What does it means? So first value female అని ఎంటర్ చేసాం. బై డిఫాల్ట్ ఫీమేల్ అని రికార్డ్ లో ఉంటుంది అనమాట. రికార్డ్ క్రియేట్ చేసేటప్పుడు ఫీమేల్ అని బై డిఫాల్ట్ వస్తుంది. ఓకే. I don't want to keep any default values for this. Okay. That's why I'm leaving this checkbox as empty. And another option, restrict pick list to the values defined in the value set. What does it mean? For example, whatever the values you entered in the values pick list. Okay. So only those values should allow. Okay. While creating. So if you are trying to create apart from the, for example, some XYZ value, if you are trying to give, then it will throw an error. Okay. That is the reason always restrict pick list values defined in the value set. So the values which are available in this pick list, only those values it will allow while entering or while inserting through any data loader, through integration API, through API, we are trying to create a student record. For example, apart from these values, if you give something M or F, it won't allow. Okay. That is the reason we make restrict pick list values defined value set. That is the purpose of checking this checkbox. So if you don't check this checkbox, it will allow any value. Okay. This gender field will allow any value if you are inserting through data loader or through any integration, any third-party integration. So it will allow any type of value. Are you getting my point? So in order to avoid the unnecessary data, so okay, unwanted data, we need to make this restrict pick list to the values defined in the value set. This needs to be checked. Okay. That is the purpose of this checkbox. Are you getting right? Are you getting my point?
అర్థమైంది.
సో ఇక్కడ ఏమవుతుందంటే ఇక్కడ మనం డిఫైన్ చేసిన పిక్ లిస్ట్ వాల్యూస్ మాత్రమే అలౌ చేస్తుంది రికార్డ్ క్రియేట్ చేసినప్పుడు. ఇక్కడ నుంచి త్రూ డేటా లోడర్, ఎనీ సమ్ థర్డ్ పార్టీ ఇంటిగ్రేషన్. సో ఇది ఈ చెక్ బాక్స్ మనం ఎనేబుల్ చేయలేదనుకో, అన్వాంటెడ్ డేటాని అలౌ చేస్తుంది ఈ పిక్ లిస్ట్. పిక్ లిస్ట్ వాల్యూ మనం ఏది ఇచ్చినా తీసుకుంటుంది అనమాట. ఓకే. అది దాని మీనింగ్. ఓకే. సో I was not making this as, so I'm making this as mandatory. Okay. Required field. Click on next. You see, for the mandatory fields, always it is visible. You cannot able to do anything. And layout also, it's a mandatory add fields. Okay. And save and new. And age. So now age is a number. I'm going to create a one more. age. I'm giving just 5 or 3. So for this field, I'm not making any required, unique, external, all these things. So already we discussed about required, unique, externality we'll discuss about later. Okay. Required, unique, we discussed. Help text also we discussed. Okay. And click on next. So you can see for what are the fields, what are the profiles you need to make this field as visible or read only. Okay. Here I am making this field as for all the profiles, and click on next. Here for not mandatory fields, you can able to add or not for page layout, you can able to control here. So just click on save. Okay. So here you can able to see the details. Click on this details. Now come to fields and relationships. See, you can able to see, right? These are all the roll number. What is that? Roll number, mobile number. See, always it comes with double underscore C. You got it? Custom fields always end with double underscore C. And these are the owner ID. So this will not be like double underscore C. These are the system fields. Okay? Are standard fields. So now we created age, gender, as well as roll number and mobile number. 1, 2, 3, 4 fields we created. Okay. Now let's go to the application. So this is SFDC application. Now I am refreshing. See, it won't visible immediately. You need to make it as hard refresh. You need to make it as hard refresh. So other than that, so you can able to see this roll number, mobile number, gender, age. Okay. So for the roll number, this is edit. Okay. ఈ pencil icon ఉంటుంది, we can able to edit. We can able to edit. See here. Directly you can edit at field level. This is one option. Or by click on this edit button, this is also one option. Entire fields will be visible. Okay. If you do from this edit button, okay, entire that fields you can able to visible and you can able to edit it at one time. Or if you want to edit specific fields, by using this edit icon, you can able to modify. Okay. Complete this field. Okay. Roll number. So 001. Always it will take 1. Okay. Now what I am doing 1001. Roll number will be start with 1001. So I'm giving 1001 and mobile number. Okay. You can see, right? So we created a pick list. So that pick list have 3 pick list values: female, male, transgender. Okay. So you need to select here. Mandatory fields always it will be star mark. You can able to see in right side. register would be required information. This means while creating or while updating, those fields are mandatory. See, for example, for suppose if I don't fill this one, complete this field. Okay, inline message itself it will come. Mail and age is something 20. Okay, click on save. So you can able to save the information. Got it? So again, if you click on new button, why it is not coming?
Refresh.
Control Shift R. That is the problem. Every time this lightning it will be like this only. Okay. Ashok. See, I'm giving same number to Ashok. Okay. What will happen? Okay. We'll see. Ages. If I try to save, see what happened? Duplicate value found roll number. Why? Because while creating roll number itself, we made it as a unique field. Okay. Unique field will not allow duplicate data. Okay. Entire organization. Okay. So if you create any new student record with the same roll number, it will not allow. What it will say? Duplicate value found. Duplicates are on this record ID. So and so record has already same value. Now it will not allow. That is the purpose of duplicate while creating a field. That is business requirement. Okay. So how they will describe. So this field should be unique. Okay. It should not allow any other data. So at the time what you need to, okay, so while creating that field you need to make sure that information you need to check the checkbox. Okay. Now and also we made it as one help text, right? You can see here. So if you give help text to any field, it will show with one icon. This is called help text. Okay. Parents mobile number. What does it say? Parents mobile number. This is called help text. Now you are aware, right? What is how the features will be appear in the UI. When while creating the fields, if you select some checkboxes, so this will happen. Okay. So while creating the field, we make gender as mandatory, roll number as mandatory. Those fields came in the UI like mandatory with the asterisk. Okay. Other two fields are not mandatory. Those fields are coming like this. For the mobile number, we made help text. So if we provide any help text, it will be coming like this. For all fields, if you want, you can able to give the help text. Okay. అర్థమైంది అందరికి సేవ్ so sorry it will not allow duplicate value I'm giving to save సో ఇక్కడ వరకు అర్థమైందా హలో
అర్థమైంది మా.
ఓకే so enough, right? I mean so today we discussed about how to create an object, how to create a custom tab, and then how to add tabs to the custom tabs to the application, and then how to create a custom fields. Okay, all those things we discussed. Same for the department. For example, let's take what are all the fields will be available. Okay, let's take department. Okay, we created one object, right? Department name, like, so everybody came from something degree btech, right? What are the different types of department available? Okay, number of students, how many department name, okay, csc, triple ec, mechanical. Okay, number of students, okay, how many students are available? Okay, what are all the subject name? Okay, each department number of subject as a pick list. Okay, those kind of information you can create for the fields as well as object you can create tomorrow. Okay,
నాకు డౌట్స్ ఉన్నాయి బాగా అడిగాను.
అడుగు.
ఆ, ఇప్పుడు ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్ క్రియేట్ చేస్తాం కదా, కస్టమ్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్ ఎన్ని క్రియేట్ చేయగలం?
Custom objects, I think 500 objects. Depends on edition. Okay, so there will be a Salesforce editions, enterprise edition, professional edition, private edition. These are some classifications are there while purchasing the Salesforce products. Okay,
Yeah.
so based on the edition which you purchase, they will give the option. So object limits. Okay,
Okay. Fields also same.
fields also 800 fields. If any extra fields you require, you may request Salesforce. You need to create a support request. So for that one,
అదేవిధంగా ఇదే ఫస్ట్ అడిగాను కదా, ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్ ఒకసారి క్రియేట్ చేసి డిలీట్ చేశాక మనం మళ్ళీ బ్యాక్ తెచ్చుకోవచ్చా అనేసి. అదేవిధంగా ఫీల్డ్స్ అండ్ ట్యాబ్స్ పాసిబుల్ అవ్వదు కదా.
tabs possible. Yeah, no, everything whatever you created that will be under a recycle bin. Okay,
ట్యాబ్స్ అవ్వదు కదా బాబా, ట్యాబ్స్ పాసిబుల్ అవ్వదు అనుకుంటా.
tabs possible kada, maybe
ఆహా,
maybe object fields records will be available. For the rest of the things, I think we cannot able to track. Okay,
ఓకే.
objects, fields, and data which you deleted, that we can able to retrieve. So any questions till now what we discussed? Okay, in this topic, do you have any questions? Let me know, we will discuss.
అది ఆబ్జెక్ట్ క్రియేట్ చేసినప్పుడు స్టాండర్డ్ ఫీల్డ్స్ మనకు నేమ్ ఈమెయిల్ వస్తుంది అన్నావు కదా, అది రాలేదే.
నేమ్ ఈమెయిల్
అంటే స్టాండర్డ్ ఫీల్డ్స్ లాగా నేమ్ ఈమెయిల్ కూడా వస్తుంది అన్నావు కదా.
ఐ మీన్ సమ్ ఫీల్డ్స్ ఎలా అంటే అవి స్టాండర్డ్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్ లో ఉన్నాయి. ఓకే, లెట్స్ టేక్ అన్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఆఫ్ అకౌంట్. ఓకే, ఇన్ అకౌంట్ there will be some email. Sorry, account or contact. Here email is there. Okay, these are standard objects. Okay, we don't have any underscores. So let's take an example here. You can able to create an account. Okay, so these fields are already there. These fields provided by the Salesforce. We have not created any custom fields. Are you getting? Let's take, for example, account number, right? Go to account, and there will be some custom fields also. Okay, see, account number. So account number. Okay, this field has been created by the Salesforce, not us, not by us, not by user. Okay, this field created by Salesforce that field name without underscore. So blindly, the fields which doesn't have underscore C, we called it as standard fields which are provided by the Salesforce. What I mean? So మీకు సేల్స్ ఫోర్స్లో ఎక్కడైనా ఏ ఆబ్జెక్ట్లో అయినా వాట్ ఎవర్ ద ఆబ్జెక్ట్, ఓకే, ఆ ఆబ్జెక్ట్లో ఫీల్డ్స్ కన్నా వితౌట్ అండర్ స్కోర్ ఉంటే అవి స్టాండర్డ్ ఫీల్డ్స్ అని అర్థం. ఓకే, అర్థమైందా?
అర్థం.
సో మీరు ఆబ్జెక్ట్ క్రియేట్ చేయాలా మీ సైడ్ నుంచి. నేను టాస్క్ మళ్ళీ ఇస్తాను, ఓకే, ఏం చేయాలనేది. ఆ టాస్క్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ వాట్సాప్లో పోస్ట్ చేస్తాను. ఓకే, ఏమేమి ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్ క్రియేట్ చేయాలా, ఏమేమి ఫీల్డ్స్ క్రియేట్ చేయాలా నేను వాట్సాప్లో పోస్ట్ చేస్తాను. సేమ్ అదే టాస్క్లు మీరు చేయాలా. ఓకే, రేపు చూపించాలా, రేపు అడిగితే ఎవరో ఒకరిని. అర్థమైందా? అదే
సరేమ్మా,
అర్థమైందా నీకు?
అర్థమైందమ్మా.
స్క్రీన్ స్టాప్ చేస్తున్నాను. సో ఇవన్నీ రేపు చేస్తారు కదా?
చేస్తాం.
నేను ఆ టాస్క్ ఇస్తాను, ఏం ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్ క్రియేట్ చేయాలి, ఏం ఫీల్డ్స్ క్రియేట్ చేయాలని చెప్పి వాట్సాప్లో పోస్ట్ చేస్తాను. ఓకే, సేమ్ అదే టాస్క్లు మీరు చేయాలి రేపు. ఓకే, యా, బాయ్, గుడ్ నైట్.
గుడ్ నైట్.
Yeah, bye.